What up, YouTube? Knowledge and self-determination. So I wanted to make another video talking about the Bill Cosby situation, but more than that, putting my people on black. I want to put my people on notice. Right now, we live in a country in a world where our people are railroaded constantly, right? Where our people are made pariahs because of who the fuck we are and what we actually mean to the world. The rest of the world wants to forget who the fuck we are because they pale in comparison to us. They shrink at the sight of us. They envy us so much that they want to get rid of us because they know they can't ever be us. At least that's what I think. Because what the fuck is this unwarranted hatred for black people? When the fuck have we gone across the world and rained down terror upon the citizens of the world like Caucasian people have done and continue to do? So what that means to me is that the rest of the races in the world are pussies because you're not willing to actually call white people on their shit. You're willing to play their game and let them do whatever the fuck they want while making us the bad guys, and you fuckers fall for a hook, line, and sinker. And what's really sad about that is when black people turn their backs on each other. Dylan Ruth killed 9 people in this church. White police officers took this fucker to Burger King before they took him to prison. This dude had a GoFundMe account started for him, which within a week or so had raised between $250,000 and $500,000 for this asshole. I could be wrong about those numbers, and if I am, please correct me. But the point is, they looked out for him. A murdering, psychopathic, white nationalist, white supremacist piece of fucking shit. What I don't understand is black people's vitriol towards Bill Cosby. Because Bill may have said some shit that you didn't agree on. Because I remember the speech where Bill Cosby was talking about questioning why black people are more interested in spending $200 for Jordans as opposed to spending that same $200 to get your kids hooked on phonics so they could actually learn how to read and know how to read. Why is educating our children not in the forefront? Why is educating our children not as important to us as fucking buying our kids the latest fashion? I agree with Bill Cosby on that. He talked to young black people about pulling up their pants and shit. And I know I'm not putting this in all the proper context. And him talking about pulling yourself up by your bootstraps and all that shit. That is something that white Americans have said to black people. You understand? There are white Americans that have said that to black people. But what black person who's watching this video, even if you're not watching this video, what black person has never put themselves in a position because of their own hard work, their own dedication and determination, and turned around and looked at somebody begging for dollars and asked yourself, why the fuck can't you do what I did to get the fuck away from this point in your life? If you telling me you've never looked at some dude standing on a fucking corner or in front of a fucking Quickie Mart begging you for $1 so he can buy a blunt or go put it to his next 40, you've never asked yourself that question or even asked them that question, then you full of fucking shit. You full of shit. What is Bill Cosby saying that's so harmful and hurtful to black people? Because he doesn't understand how we continue to allow ourselves to get sucked further and further into this pocket universe where these negative stereotypes have been applied to us and we try to live up to those fucked up standards. And even if you don't agree with what Bill Cosby said, even if you think he's a piece of shit, even if you don't like Bill Cosby, how the fuck does that excuse you turning your back on another brother? You understand? I don't understand that shit. I can't comprehend that. And even taking the facts of this last case and seeing how this was a fucking witch hunt for Bill Cosby, because you don't like what he says, you turn your back on another black man who's being fucking railroaded by this American fucking judicial system. Seriously? This joke of a judicial system. You don't have another brother's back? Look at what they did to the kid Nate Parker. He was accused of rape years ago when he was in college, was exonerated, and white people still bought that shit up and blackballed his fucking movie. I mean, this is the world we live in. This is the country we live in. And yet black people don't seem to understand the importance of us sticking together. You can have your views. You can think whatever you want to think. You don't have to like Bill Cosby. You don't have to appreciate the things that he said. Because I don't know how many of you got grandparents, but you mean to tell me you've never heard your grandparents tell you to fucking pull your pants up, get your ass out there and fucking and make a way for yourself, be a man. You've never had a grandparent or somebody who loved you tell you to get the fuck up off your ass. Maybe you weren't somebody who needed that kind of motivation. But you can't tell me that Bill Cosby said shit that you haven't heard your own grandparents say or your own parents say to somebody you know, you or somebody in your family. You're full of fucking shit if you say you haven't. And even if you don't like him, how is that enough to not support him? Jordan doesn't give a flying fuck about black people, but I bet the same people who don't support Bill Cosby because of what he said, truth about black people and what the fuck we need to do to pull ourselves out of our own rut, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Because the fucked up thing is, black people are waiting for white people to give us something instead of us saying fuck their handout and doing it for ourselves. A lot of black people are waiting for that. Like I said, I don't have the entire speech in front of me. I could be taking it out of context. But at the same time though, how is your dislike of him or disliking what he says enough of a reason for you as another black man who could potentially find yourself in the same type of predicament that Bill Cosby found himself in? How can you sit here and say that you're not going? I don't understand how you're not going to support this brother going through what he's going through. You're not going to support him. I'm not saying that I like everything that Bill Cosby said or anything that he's admitted to doing. But if you're being railroaded for something that you did not do, that doesn't mean that's not justice. Justice isn't being served because the same people who aren't supporting Bill Cosby, well, I can't say that. I'm not even going to say that because I don't know whether or not they actually speak out against all the white motherfuckers out here doing this shit. But all I'm saying is, how the fuck can you see an injustice be done to another brother, an elder, an ancestor, irrespective of what you think about him personally, knowing what white supremacy is trying to do to us and continuing to do to us, and turn your back on that brother just because you don't like what he said? I think that's irresponsible. I think it's very immature that there are black people out here who hold those fucking opinions. And I'm sorry, but if you don't like me or like me saying that or want to unsubscribe from my channel or don't fuck with me or whatever, if you're somebody that I've ever talked to, blah, 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 then fucking so be it, man. So be it. You feel me? I'm not worried about faceless motherfuckers on the internet to keep it 100 with you. I started my channel because I got a fucking opinion and I wanted to put that shit out there. If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. If you don't fuck with me because of it, oh fucking well. I got people that I've known longer than you that don't fuck with me. And I sleep like a fucking baby at night after I smoke a blunt. Sleep like a baby. I don't give a fuck. You're born alone, you die alone. You feel me? I can stand on my own too, irrespective of who the fuck is or is not in my corner. You understand? So if you don't like what I say, stop listening. Unsubscribe to the channel. Don't fuck with me. You feel me? But I ain't scared to say what the fuck I believe. And I'm not scared to say that if you're a black person who is choosing to not support another black person simply because you don't like their opinion on something or like something that they said, even if that person is being railroaded, and even though you know white supremacy is attacking black men, and you still feel as though you don't have to stand up for that brother, then when it's your fucking turn to go through some shit like that, don't expect anybody to fucking have your back. I think that's my own personal opinion, but I think it's fucking stupid for black people to be carrying it like that with each other. This is why we are not making any fucking progress. It's because of attitudes just like that. It's why we're not making progress. That is why we're not making progress, because we leave each other out to fucking hang. White supremacy, they may kill each other, chop each other's heads off, but at the end of the day, they will turn that knife on your ass if you try to fuck with another white person. They don't give a fuck. They stay on code. We don't have a fucking code, apparently. Because apparently with black people, if you're not saying what the fuck they think you should be saying, they don't fuck with you. Fuck out of here, man. Even white women are supporting these fucking rapists, pedophile ass, fucking misogynistic, male chauvinistic as white dudes that they put in the government. Even white women who are mainly the victims of white men's debauchery are still supporting them. I've said enough. Fuck it.